Hi guys, this is Miss Heidi. I'm here to show you a really fun craft that I like to do with my son when he was younger and when we had a day inside like we have recently, and I wanted to find something that would really be exciting for him, that would take up some of our time, not only making the craft together but then doing it, the activity after. So that's one I wanted to share with you today. And there are a lot of different variations to this craft. So depending on what you have at home, you can make this. Now you don't need everything that you see here in order to make this craft and do this activity, but this is just some of the different ways that you can make it. So one of the first things I like doing when I'm doing my favorite activity called fishing at home. So we're gonna make some fish. We're going to see all the different ways that we can use to collect those fish. So one of the first things you can do is you can find like a little fish that you can trace, either a puzzle piece that you have at home, or you can draw one yourself like I have so incredibly creatively done here, and trace a couple of these out to cut out. This is one of the easiest, least messy ways to do this craft. So what I would do is I drew my fish, and I'm going to trace it in order to cut out a couple different colors to make it extra fun. So here I have a green fish. I also have 2 pieces of paper here that are put together, and I'm going to fold it in half, and I'll get 4 other fish out of this. It's probably better if you do a couple fish in a row, but I'm gonna show you just one more of these that I like to cut out. Now, after I cut out this fish, you have choices. You can decorate the fish, color them, make them look super fun, or you can just, use a pen or a marker and draw on a cute little smiley face and an eyeball. Or like you see here, I have some googly eyes that you can glue on that are extra fun. And once we have these little fish all cut out here, they look so cute. A bunch of cute little different colored fish, and super easy. You can draw a little eyeball on and a little smiley face. I'm gonna give this one some lashes. And then we're gonna take a paper clip, and we're gonna put that right on the fish. That one's bent all weird. We're gonna take it and put it right on that fish's smile, or on the fish's nose. And that's gonna make it easy to pick up. So how we're gonna pick these fishes up is by making our fishing rod. There's a lot of different ways to do that too. So I've collected a couple sticks that I thought would be good examples for you at home. A skinny one, that's just as good, but I found this really cool fat one that fell off my tree outside, so I thought that would make a pretty good fishing pole. So we're gonna make a fishing pole out of that. We can easily take some string here that I have and tie it onto one end, or you can take some fun ribbon. Where's the end of my string? This is the only ribbon I have left right now. It's my Christmas ribbon. But like I said, I'm using what I have at home. So I'm gonna give myself some extra room here, so I have room to tie the string onto one end of my fishing pole. And then the other end of the string, I have some choices. I can either find a magnet from the fridge and tie it to the string, or I have my hot glue gun out here. I can easily glue a magnet onto the end. But like I said, for the activity when my son was little, I would just tie it to a cute little magnet that I had at home. Or for this activity, I actually have a magnet and I'm going to hot glue it right to the magnet to make it extra secure for this project. So we're gonna glue that right on there, and that's gonna be happy. We're gonna let that dry while I'm showing you a couple other ways that we can make fish for this really fun activity. So I'm gonna scooch this to the side. Beep. You see that I have some Chanel strips here. Now, it wasn't until after I was making this really cool fun activity with my son that I figured out other ways that you can make these magnetic fish. One way to do it, if you don't have the stick at home, oh, there's my puppies. If you don't have a stick or yarn or even a magnet at home, one other really fun way to do this activity is to simply take a Chanel strip that's already, I can make it right into the shape of a fish and stick it into a jar. And then I can take my other Chanel strip here and make a hook for my fishing line. And it really focuses on those fine and large motor skills to try to get that fish out of the jar. That's a really easy way to do this activity. But one of the funnest ways that I've found to do this is to take these little pom-poms here and create real live looking fish. So I'm going to wrap, see, I'm gonna actually cut the Chanel strip shorter, and I'm going to wrap it right around my pom-pom, and it's going to make a really cute looking fish. And I can even take my, my scissors here and cut off the ends. Make it look so cute. I can take my googly eyes here. I have these really fun red eyelash googly eyes that I can put on here and make it look like a really fun looking fish. Or you can use regular glue. Just remember that that takes longer to dry. So I like having my glue gun handy for crafts like this. And it actually is, this should already be dry, it actually is quite easy to pick up the Chanel strip like this. But if you find that you have really, I don't want my eyeball to fall off yet. So if you find that your Chanel strips are really fluffy like mine are, sometimes the kids can get really frustrated trying to pick them up. So I can even add an extra paper clip right here to the top of that Chanel strip, and that will make my decorated fish even easier to pick up with my fishing pole. Oh, I love this activity. So really some other fun ways to have fun with this activity after you have had fun with the craft of making these really cool fish. One way that I would do it with my son is I would have him sit on the back of the couch or on the other side of the couch, and I'd put a blue blanket down on the sofa and throw the fish all over the sofa, and he would have fun trying to pick up the fish with his fishing rod. Some other cool things we would do is I would get out a laundry basket, one of the short ones, and he would sit in it and pretend like it was his little boat, and we would put on fishing gear and put a blanket or a blue towel on the floor and lay our fish out all over the floor and try to pick them up that way. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this activity and all the different ways that you can make little fish at home for your little ones. And then after you've made some fun fish and decorated them, you can go fishing inside, outside, wherever you guys want. So thanks for coming and hanging out with me while I showed you this super cool activity that I love to do, and I hope that you guys enjoy it too. Okay, thanks guys, and make sure you go and wash your hands.